4 years ago yesterday, the first DLC to ever be released in GTA Online came out. The Beach Bum update. It was free. It was basically I'm sorry from Rockstar because of the horrible week-long experience that was the opening or the release of GTA Online. I mean, I really didn't have any issues because I think I got in so early that I didn't deal with all the server stuff and all the people that had their characters deleted and other people that just couldn't get online. But 4 years ago, the Beach Bum update came out, the newswire that announced it. And in this video, I want to take a look at that newswire just to see how different things were back then, how different Rockstar said things back then. And I think it's really interesting to see how it's evolved over the years. So on the newswire, it started out by saying the world of GTA Online gets even deeper with the Beach Bum update, now available on PS3 and Xbox 360, the good old days, man. In order to keep GTA Online flexible and constantly evolving, the game is built to receive new content in a variety of ways, including major paid expansions. It's interesting. At specific points across the year, dropping additional content via regular title updates, and even the instant and seamless addition of jobs via the Rockstar Social Club. The Beach Bum update, or the Beach Bum content, comes via a free update to GTA Online and GTA Story Mode as part of the latest automatic update, so just fire up your console to download it. Alongside additional game tuning, see details below, the Beach Bum includes new vehicles, weapons, and more. They had the BF Bifta Doom Buggy, the rugged Canis Kalahari off-road truck, and the Bravado Paradise Beach Camper van. And then they also had the classic Speeder Speedboat, which I actually think turned out to be one of the better boats in the game, but all of those were available in this DLC. And they continue to say all 4 vehicles can also be accessed in story mode and are available at no in-game cost. You just got to go to the website to buy them. And they say also available in both story mode and online. You have the S&S pistol, which was horrible, and the broken bottle, which was a joke. But they were the first weapons, the first DLC weapons, and they, I think, were free. Although, weirdly enough, nowadays, I believe if you're a new character, you have to buy them. But they also say the update features a wide array of new apparel, including everything from casual canvas hats to tank tops to t-shirts, board shorts, and bikinis in a wide range of styles and colors, plus new hairstyles and tattoo customization options. In this DLC, your little mini DLC, they also were adding 30 new jobs. This included new beach-themed races, death matches, parachutes, last team standings, and gang attacks, plus the beachfront survival on Del Perro Pier. And look how short the title update patch notes were. Oh man. I don't know if we've ever had anything nearly as short as this in GTA Online over the last 4 years. I mean, there's only what, like 10 here? But look at number 2. They fixed an issue where players would become stuck in the clouds. Remember those days? Those were good. They also fixed an issue where players couldn't claim their personal vehicle. Oh man, this brings back memories. And I love this one. They fixed an issue where players could occasionally get stuck after killing a pedestrian with a golf ball. They had some funny glitches back in the day. And look at that, this was the first DLC, or this was the first little patch to money glitches, because they corrected a few exploits where players would make money off of selling vehicles. So the first one, apparently you could retain your personal vehicle after selling it, and you could just keep selling it back and forth. You could also just keep repeatedly selling a baddie 811 or 801. You could also duplicate vehicles. I remember those days. And I remember one main issue for the longest, if you just hit one wrong button, it would delete your character. And there was no, are you sure you want to delete your character? It literally just deleted your character. And I guess they fixed that in this update. Just to give you an idea of like how different GTA Online was back then before this update, they introduced a new round of dynamic tuning, which included changes to the bad sport system, and they balanced certain things. So the bad sport penalty for destroying personal vehicles has been reduced significantly. Apparently people were like blowing up so many vehicles and getting put into bad sports, so they kind of brought that back. So there'd still be players in free roam. But yeah, one of the major ways to grief people, at least people that were in tanks, the second little bullet point, if you were just standing still and someone ran into you and then blew up because you're in a tank, you would get the bad sport for it. So they changed that. They also changed the way RP and GTA Money worked. So that was just like the start of the whole money grind fest. Look at that. Deliveries from Pegasus were at $1,000 at one point. Now it's 200. So, I mean, I guess that's nice. They did that. They also scaled the amount of money it costs to remove stars from Leicester. And, oh, man, I'll never forget that they did this. I think there were some other glitches after the fact, but restricted cars and vehicles that have been added to players' garages were removed. I remember having a tank, a jet, the laser, the freaking buzzard. I had a fire truck. I had so many glitched cars in my garage, but unfortunately they took them out. And they added a few other things, which you can read right there. But that was the first ever newswire for DLC. And that just looks so much different than what we have now. I mean, nowadays, the things are so short. I mean, the biggest, I think, little tidbit from all this is in the first paragraph where they said, over the years, GTA Online is going to be receiving major paid expansions. So I really wonder what they had in mind for that. You know, I thought the plan for GTA Online was always free DLC, but it looks like at one point they had an idea of having major paid expansions. Maybe that could have been new maps or something. I don't know, but maybe that was heists at one point. Maybe they're like, we're just going to charge for heists. But that is definitely one of the biggest changes. And I think one of the other biggest changes is this stuff was actually in story mode. Some of the fixes were in story mode. When was the last time they updated story mode? Like 3.5 years ago? So, I mean, I guess that just shows you what sort of happened. They sort of focused on online because they just canceled all the story mode stuff. I mean, it would be super, super nice if you could get all the DLC content that we've gotten over the years in story mode. At least all the vehicles and all the weapons and all the maybe not clothes, but all the vehicles and weapons at least, so you could test them in story mode or just have fun with them in story mode. Unless you're on PC with a mod menu, you can't get them in story mode. So that, I think, is the other big issue here. Like, this is how it was back in the day. They added stuff to story mode, you know? Now they don't add anything to story mode. They completely forgot story mode existed. And I think that's evident by the damn storyline. GTA Online, when it first came out, was set, 3 months, I think, before the events of GTA 5? Now, apparently, we've just progressed 4 years, and we're in 2017 in GTA Online. Also, that dynamic tuning. When was the last time we had some dynamic tuning to the game that wasn't negative? That wasn't them changing how much money we make to make it worse, you know? They actually helped us out. They made Pegasus vehicles cost less to call. I think it is just really interesting to sort of look at this and just see how different GTA Online was 4 years ago. Or at least how Rockstar perceived and how Rockstar talked about GTA Online 4 years ago. I know I've made a few videos over the past, year or two showcasing GTA Online in 2013 versus GTA Online 2017, and even showcasing some stuff from like the beta and then versus now. But that was just gameplay stuff. I mean, just reading what Rockstar put here, I think this sort of shows you what happened. And I mean, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, because obviously there are some great things we got out of what happened. Free DLC, obviously, all the incredible DLC they've released over the years. Then we also got some bad stuff, them not focusing on single player, or not at least just adding the stuff to single player, not really fixing stuff. And I know that was like when the game first came out and they have to do that. And I know now we're 4 years in and they're probably focusing on other games, but still, even a year and a half ago, we weren't really getting stuff like this. But anyway, I kind of just wanted to make this video because in my Q&A, someone asked, how do I think it changed over the years? And, how do I think it'll look in the future? And I think this sort of newswire just shows you how it's changed. Like, if you look at this newswire post and you look at, I don't know, any of the latest newswire posts, you can just sort of see the difference. And I'm sure they'll go back to that once Red Dead Redemption 2 comes out, because it'll be a new game. They'll have to promote it and do a lot of stuff to it to tweak it and balance it. But I just thought that was somewhat interesting. Anyway, the first DLC for GTA came out 4 years and 1 day ago. And I guess you guys can let me know your thoughts in the comment section. So thank you all. Please drop a video like if you did enjoy. Subscribe for more awesome GTA content. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.